I remember growing up that, when you don't listen to your parents, it's definitely going to be some consequences. What these kids, getting consequences now is nothing compared to what I used to get back in the 80s. That's for sure. And maybe a part of the 90s. Not all the way deep into the 90s, but just maybe the first part of the 90s, like maybe a 90 to 93 ish type of years. But this boy was acting up in school, and his mama and dad wanted to teach him a lesson. And a lot of people didn't like this video, but let's review it.
So I just got home from Walgreens, buying paper towel and tissue. They had a sale. And y'all, I've been getting some phone calls about my youngest son acting up in school. I got a trick for him today. No more TV, no more PlayStation. Tune in. I'm sick of him. I'm not gonna let him know. This has been going on for 2 weeks now. Me steady talking to him, his dad talking to him. We took football from him, and now he still wanna play games. Watch this. I'm about to go in here, and I'm about to cuss him out.
Now, that part right there, I don't agree with parents cussing their kids out. I don't agree with that because that language is filthy to me. It's not something that you should be addressing your children with. But then if you're using that language, your children are going to use that language. And then when the people at the schoolhouse call you, then what could you really say? Because you say that to them all the time. I view somebody cursing me out as like disrespectful, and I'm going to really respond in that manner. Don't cuss me out. Now, you can cuss about something if you want to, but don't cuss me out. I take that as great offense. I don't like it. I didn't grow up in that kind of household. Cussing wasn't even allowed in the household where I grew up at. Not at all. So I wasn't even used to hearing that kind of language. So I hear somebody cussing all the time. Look at them like, why are you cussing so much? Like the old people say, you cuss like a sailor. But let's continue.
So you ripped it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to get smart?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you do about that, little girl?
Okay.
Shut your mouth and get your house.
That's a daddy right there carrying the TV out.
Open that door.
That's a big old TV for that boy.
Yeah. I'm done playing. Watch out playing. I'm done playing. I'm done playing.
All right, so the dad is the one that brought out the game and the TV.
No, you ain't got to know. I'm done playing with his ass. His smart mouth ass. Sure is about to run this sucker over. No more PlayStations. No nothing. Yeah, on my life. I'm done playing with him. No, I ain't copy. I'm dead. Yeah. You thought it was a sweet. Cap that. Move back. Move. Go on. Let me see the key. I'm going to show you. I don't care about you hating it. Yeah, hate that. Yeah, you hate that. Hate this. Hate this. You hate it? You gonna act up in school again? What? I'm gonna ask you one more time. Is you gonna act up in school again?
Stop! Stop!
Move! Is you gonna act up in school again?
No!
I'm done with you and your sister. I'm done. I don't care about you stumping off. Stump on off. Yeah, I bet you won't play no more.
Well, there was some responses to this video where people say, oh my God, that was so abusive for him. He's going to be so traumatized. About running over a freaking game and a TV that they bought. The parents bought that. He didn't buy it. He wasn't deserving of it. If he's going to act up in school, if he's going to rip up books in front of his mama, he called her a little girl, and all the things that he was doing, he was being very disrespectful. I'll take no issue with him running over that TV in that game because he needs to learn his lesson. Because if that boy keep going the way he's going, when he go to jail, then what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to meet the same energy that your kid is displaying. Listen, to me, that's old school. You know what I mean? Things that I've gotten taken away from me or, I remember my grandfather used to like pick your toys up off the floor because if I come pick your toys up, I'm throwing in the trash. I guess today he would be traumatizing me because my Optimus Prime was on the floor and he told me like about 3 times to pick it up and then it's gone. My Optimus Prime is gone and luckily I remembered to look in the trash because that's where he threw it at. And I never put the Optimus Prime on the ground or my He-Man on the ground or Skeletor or something like that on the ground, right? I learned to pick my stuff up. Same thing he said about toys in the yard. He said, I don't like no toys in the yard, no bikes, no nothing, because the first thing people see about your home is your front yard. So have that yard clean at all times. I still do that to this day about my house. You can't put nothing in my front yard that don't belong there, because that's a good thing to instill. There are times like back in the 80s, shoot, if I would have done that, man, I would have got either the belt, I would have got the switch whipping. So one of the two. Because, man, you just could not do these things that these kids do today. Like what that woman did was nothing. That was nothing. You got big grown men talking about, oh, that video is so traumatizing. It's going to affect him mentally. Like, man, I'm so sick and tired of hearing that weak crap. That boy acting up. When the police deal with his behind, they're not going to care about no mental health. They won't get to beating him, tasing him, or shooting him. That's exactly what the police going to do. She didn't beat him. She didn't tase him. She didn't shoot him. So what are you complaining about? You make more of an issue about a parent doing what they feel they need to do to correct their son than the police out here doing it. Because I'd rather them correct this boy than the police. Because the police, you know how they are, especially with us as black people. They want to shoot first and ask questions later. So to prevent that, get that boy now. But y'all be the same one telling that parent that that's traumatizing, but then you'll be in the street talking about the cops killing us deal. But the parent could have stopped that long time ago, but y'all silly behind don't want a parent to discipline their children. And that's why these kids are crazy as hell today. Well, when did we start that in this country? Demonizing parents for correcting their doggone children. If parents could correct their children, you wouldn't have the prison population that you got. It's just that simple. I hate that mess, man. That's why I can't stand this lot of this crap in this country. Parents can't be parents anymore. Any people doing all kind of things to your children, doing just some filth, hiding it, degenerate things they want to do to your children at school, to hide that too, teaching them things you don't want them to learn. Undermine. I remember when that came in, actually. Well, if your parents, if they whip you or discipline you a certain way, tell us. Basically started to undermine parents. And it's not been good ever since. And parents know exactly what I'm talking about. Parents have every right, in my opinion. If they're taking care of that child, they're feeding that child, they're clothing that child, they're keeping a roof over that child's head, and they would discipline them within reason, not abuse, but within reason, they should be able to do that. And if they bought a PlayStation and a TV, they have every right to run over it, because that is a privilege, not a right. They're not taking food away from him. That's something he needs to do. They're not taking his clothes away. They're not taking his bed away. They're not taking anything. They just say, I'm taking away this TV and this game. And you don't need a TV in the game, because I grew up back in the day where everybody didn't have a TV in the room. You only had one TV, and you had a shed. It's just that simple. Everybody had a shed of one TV. Now today, everybody got a TV in their room. Like I said, the game has changed, but yeah. Like I said, TVs, all that's a luxury. That is not a right. And one thing about luxuries, they can be taken at any given time. But let me know what y'all think about, what these parents do. Like I said, I support y'all. I support you parents 100%. Y'all doing what y'all need to do to correct that boy, and I'm good with it.